Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. As Uganda heads towards the January 15 election, tensions and anxiety are mounting among citizens following the deployment of soldiers across the streets of Kampala. DW's Frank Higa reports that while many voters feel uneasy, they remain determined to cast their ballots on Thursday.
With just days to go before the polls, the atmosphere in the capital is charged. For many residents, the heavy military presence at nearly every corner of the city is unsettling and unfamiliar. Observers expect this sense of uncertainty to intensify in the coming days. Supporters of two leading candidates, the incumbent President Yoweri Museveni and opposition figure Robert Kyagulanyi, widely known as Bobi Wine, tell DW they are simply waiting for election day to make their voices heard.
The mood in the city it is getting quiet, though excited at the same time, and of course many people are curious to vote. Many people are excited to go and vote for their leaders, their new leaders. And for me, I think that we are going to have very peaceful elections.
So unlikely that he's going to lose this election. Depending on what we are seeing on ground, depending on his experience, the years he's been in power, it is so unlikely that he will lose. He stands to be one of the most favorite candidates for Ugandans, and I think he will win this election.
I think President Robert Kyagulanyi is going to win 95% in this general election of 2026. Why? Because I'm seeing the support is high.
The Electoral Commission has confirmed that election materials have been dispatched and observers are credited. Still, concerns linger over possible delays in delivering voting materials, particularly in opposition strongholds. Ugandans are eagerly anticipating Thursday's vote, in which President Museveni seeks a seventh term after nearly 40 years in power.
Sudan's government has returned to Khartoum after nearly 3 years in exile. The administration relocated to Port Sudan in 2023 when fighting erupted between the army and the Rapid Support Forces. Prime Minister Camille Idris announced that the government's priority now is to restore essential services in the capital, including water, electricity, and healthcare. Why is this significant? This marks a major step toward ending the conflict. The government's return signals a regained sense of control and commitment to rebuilding. It also opens the door for renewed peace talks and recovery efforts critical for Sudan to move beyond years of war and instability. And finally, Iran is grappling with escalating unrest after protests turned deadly. Reports indicate that dozens of people have been killed as security forces cracked down on demonstrators. How has the world responded? The United States has condemned the violence and expressed readiness to assist. In contrast, Iran has declared 3 days of mourning for security personnel killed during the clashes and accused foreign powers of fueling the turmoil. Why does this matter? These protests and the government's reactions could shape Iran's political future. Mounting international pressure may force Tehran to choose between intensifying repression or opening dialogue. The outcome will not only determine Iran's stability but also influence its global relationships. And that's all we had lined up for today. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel DW Africa. I'm Lucy Riley. Thanks for watching.